Recently, I've been spending a lot of time with elite tour coaches across the country, and they've really opened my eyes to how I shouldn't be practicing. And I'm sure if I'm making these mistakes, you are too. So I've narrowed it down to 5 mistakes amateurs make when they practice. And as you know, I'm on my road to the qualifying for the DP World Tour Q School. The other day, I've already started to see the differences, right? I dialed in my wedges in just one session. Well, they were dramatically better. Okay, the first thing is we need to warm up, and unfortunately that means I've got to take this coat off. Have you seen how cold this is? This is commitment. Mistake number 1 is not actually warming up. Now, a couple of options. You could do some stretches, but I mean, it's okay for me to do them here. No one's gonna look at me, but I'm sure you would feel a little bit like a Wally stretching at the range. So if it's a busy driving range, this is how I warm up. I just get 3, 6, 9, 10 golf balls into my tray, and all I'm gonna do is a ladder game. Now, I learned this from one of the tour coaches that we will reveal who we're seeing for short game, just to get the hands moving, you know, get loose, especially on a cold morning like this. And all it is you hit your first one to 10 yards, just like this. Then you hit your next one to 15 yards. And all you're doing is trying to build up that awareness of what you've got to put into a shot, one, to hit a certain distance, but also you're warming up the body slowly. Because so many of you, and I was guilty of this, you know, just go and grab the 7-iron straight away and start to whack. First few shots are bad, and that sets the tone for a bad session. So I'll do this all the way up to, it's going to probably go to about 70 yards, to the point where I'm going to start to make more fuller swings and my body's more ready. So mistake number 1 is no warm up. Here's how you do it. Number 2 is how many golf balls. Now, I would go and just batter like 200 balls and wonder why my hands hurt, and wondered why I couldn't take my game to the course. And sometimes I get home and be like, what have I actually worked on? So number 2, don't buy too many golf balls. I'm now getting between 75 and 100. Okay, this gets into number 3 in our list, is structuring this practice. So let me get 10 balls out. I never would pour them in. That's just danger zone there. It comes like machine gun fire, to the point where you're like, bang, 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 bang. So there's 6, 9, 10. So my first 10 balls, and this is what Anders has really drummed into me, is block practice. Now, what I mean by this is using the same club, doing a drill, not really worried about the outcome. And that's really hard for me to do sometimes, because as golfers, it is such an outcome-based thing, isn't it? You're like, oh my God, I've got to hit it straight. No, detach yourself from that a little bit. And this is, I'm saying this to you, but I'm also saying it to myself. And work on a drill. So I'll let you into a little bit of a sneak preview of this, what I did with Anders. I'm trying to feel halfway back, my left forearm is working more this way to stop me working here. Now, how I'm going to practice this is I'm going to aim straight down the range, not really too bothered about target, but I'm really going to feel at slow swings the positions I'm trying to get to. Not bothered if I hit one down the ground like that. It's just simply there to build up some muscle memory, and that's what he was drumming into me. Build up muscle memory. So structuring the practice and having a section of 10 to 20 golf balls where it is just simply block practice, where you're not really bothered about outcome. We're checking positions and we're making slow swings towards the goal we're working at. Now, if you do that all session, that is entirely the most boring thing you could ever do. So then for another 10 golf balls, you would then do a little bit more like what we would call open practice, he was telling me, where you're still going to do a drill, but you might flirt between an 8-iron, a 6-iron, a 4-iron. Maybe one time do your even clubs, and then the next time do your odd clubs. That is what part of the structure should look like. So let's say I'm warming up for 10 balls. I then got another 20 balls, which is block practice and close, so just the same. So that takes me to 30. Then another 10, bit more open practice. That takes me to 40 golf balls of, let's say, I bought 75 this time. How cold is it? Now, top 12 pros won't be practicing this. They'll be in like Dubai or something, but this is where we're at right now. Okay, so next stage is actually measuring our practice. Now, this could be using a TrackMan driving range to look at our data. This could be just videoing our swing. Now, why I'm saying measure your practices, very rarely does real and feel match up. Now, what I've been working on in terms of backswing and impact, hack motion's a great one for me. So the first thing that I'm going to do in my session is literally see where my baseline is for the day. It's always a bit of a nervous time, this. I don't want to go 6-iron, it's so cold, but we're doing evens today, so we've got to go 6. So I just simply, I'm going to hit some shots away and see where my baseline is, and then from there, work through drills to do this. Now, this is our measured part of our practice. We could change club, we could do whatever. What I recommend is at least every 7 to 10 balls, you change club. Oh my God, that is so cold this morning. That really hurt. Here we go, ball number 2. I felt pure. Again, I'm just working through some swing thoughts here in my mind of what I've done in that first part of the session, more here. And then I'm trying to get a little more through onto that lead side. I don't want to hang back. It's a terrible one. Whew! Check it us! All positions over the 5 shots are in range. All my data is in a green from address, takeaway, top of backswing. Oh, that is just, I wasn't like that a few days ago. I was more orange and I'm gonna say not reds, but more orange. So let me share with you what drill I've been doing backswing wise to really get this. It says end that practice. And this is what Anders said. You're going to have sessions where that's right, but unless you measure this, how do I know that's right? The balls, the first one was actually utter garbage, but the positions were good. Okay, so as I was saying, what drill I've been doing is, and this is just always a favourite one for me, I just like to feel top of the backswing. For me, if I get that right, the rest of this sort of takes care of itself. So the first one, irons and hybrids, we'll stick with 6-iron. I like to just have my 10 balls out with this club and can't feel my hands after that thin. How horrible is that on a range session? Address it, you should hear it click, and then just make sure we're getting in green. I am here sometimes, and then sometimes I overcorrect and go here, but without knowing that, I would have no idea, because you can still hit a decent shot sometimes. Okay, so my point here is having some way of measuring your practice is such a valuable part of getting better. Oh, I was ripped. Did we get green? We got green. You actually then have a focus rather than just hitting balls willy-nilly. So point number 4 is actually having a way of measuring your practice. I'll just show you very, very quickly here another drill that I absolutely love, and this is the one that Anders. So if you watch that video, and I've got another lesson coming up, which I'm a little bit worried about, because it's then like, how do I keep this working in the right direction? I'm trying to get more here. So another one that I do, have a look at this here. Let me find the drill for you very quickly. You'll thank me later for this one. There is this one, the release drill. Irons and hybrids. So essentially, it's practicing. Just let it click. Make a short swing, and from here, hear this noise. I'm just trying to keep it all the way in and through, as opposed to working a little bit this way. I often will do rep after rep, not even hitting a ball, but simply, my point being here is measure your practice. Number 5, and this is the one that I never see anybody do. Guilty as charged, I am the same. So it's like, every time I'm telling you this, I'm like, I should be doing this too. Okay, it's now actually testing. So think about it, we've warmed up, we've then gone through a bit of block practice working on drills, whether that be just one club, then a bit more open practice with different clubs working on drills. Then we've measured our practice. So we know if what we're doing is right. And we've got a great intention towards something and not just hitting. The final part of this is pressure. Now, how I do this is really, really simple. It's so effective though. And this is what Anders, again, I keep mentioning him, but this has also probably come from when I caddied on the DP World Tour, is setting up a course in your mind. Choose your favourite golf course. So, trying to think my favourite golf course is probably Nairn in Scotland. The first hole is so narrow, there's out of bounds down the right, plaguing most of us, right? Because all we're seeing is, whee, bye-bye ball, into the sea. Okay, so we don't want that. So all I'm saying to you right now is, put yourself under pressure and record it. So here is a little note section I put on my phone where it's okay, if I play 3 holes, how many of those shots did I then hit the fairway, hit the green, and how did I do? So if I hit 10 shots over 3 holes, let's say, how many of them were good, how many of them were bad, and over a course of a season, you can start to see patterns. So here we go. I'll just play 1 hole for you just to say. Okay, so I'm going to set a fairway down that right wing, which is there. I'd have my full routine, feeling the positions. And I'm then gonna, that's a bit left, right, that's terrible aim. I'm gonna hit one away, where I'm gonna hit dry there. Fairway found. But if I miss that fairway, I would then mark down miss. So I'd put a little tick next to the first shot. I would then go, okay, well, it's a par 5. I'm not gonna go for it in 2 today. I'm going to lay up with a 7-iron. I would then pick a completely different part of the range. So now we're even bringing in that skill of aim, and this will do your head in, right? The fact that your range mat is pointing this way and I'm going to get you to aim off it is bloody horrible, but it actually has so many good things that happen in your swing. Think like logically, there's that tee box at your golf course where it points one way and you've got to go the other. It plays with your head. Your head's going, it's not right that, James. It's not right that, Alex. Don't do that, mate. Fight the demons. Right, so my next shot, I'm going to pick out a little target. I'm going to set an alleyway. I'm going to lay it up. If I hit the layup, I get a tick. No, that's missed it to the right. So that now would go down as a cross. You only get 1 go. My third shot is then 50-yard pitch shot I would have left into this hole, and I'm going to pick this flag that's at 50 yards so I can really see where I'm getting this. What I would really hope you start to see is that sort of 70% of these shots are all turning out where you want them. And the most important thing is you do go through your routine, because I want you to bridge that gap between practice and course. And this is what I'm going to be doing all winter long, practicing just like this. It keeps it engaging. It keeps it fun. Beat the club. A little low spinner. It keeps it measurable. It gives you targets to work to. So there we go. There's the coldest practice session you'll ever see, but exactly how I'm going to practice from now until DP World Tour qualifying school. Having those little sections stops you making mistakes and allows you to improve.